Hello to you. My name is Maria Kondzielska and this is Poland Daily Culture. And today we specially opened a cinema for you, and that is Kino Illusion, a very famous old cinema in Warsaw. And here with me is Barbara Giza, an expert, and I would say old important Polish movies, an expert in Polish archives, and of course a professor at SWPS University in Warsaw. Madam, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
When we are sometimes in very difficult situation, of course every single one of us is, to look at the situation like if it was a movie, it gives you a perspective, a different, and just knowing the fact, I mean, what happened of course in Auschwitz was horrible and the people had no power to change it. So observing it and recording somewhere in their mind may be a way of dealing with the problems.
Yes, so that's the first thing. The second one is that she, as a victim and as a someone who is watching, she had a special perspective, and she was thinking about this movie even when she was a prisoner, and that was her. Let's say it was for me. It was a project of her life, because she was thinking about this movie and she decided to make it when she was in Auschwitz. And just after the war, she decided to ask for permission for the in Polish authorities and to make this movie. And it was not so easy. There were many reasons. They did not agree in an easy way. So she decided to go to Moscow. She was a socialist, she was a communist, so it was, for her it was rather obvious to ask for help there. And she went to Moscow in 1946, and she got the permission there. She got this permission, and she decided to show this permission, because these were papers, of course, to Polish authorities. And this was this moment when they said, "Okay, let's do it." And this film is not maybe very natural in this in the today meaning. It's not.
It's not naturalistic way.
Naturalistic. The prisoners are not like they were in Auschwitz. They look much better. They behave much better.
They have makeup on their faces.
It's one of the biggest and maybe the most important elements of criticism about this movie. But the point is that the way of making this movie, technical production, and the way of looking at this world there, the world of Auschwitz, was at the time something extremely important, and it gave impact for another filmmakers in Poland but also abroad to show for the ways to show Auschwitz. Like this different world, the world of, let's say, in one meaning of nowhere, but also the world where the human rights, human conditions, but also some kind of civilization and the relations between people are not like everywhere else. This movie is important because of this reason. It was the first trial to create the memory about Auschwitz, the memory taken from the movie, from the picture.
And was this movie later used by any other directors and filmmakers who are trying to approach the topic of Auschwitz?
Yes, for example, Alain Resnais used the fragments of this film. And what's important, another filmmakers were using fragments of the last stage as a documentary film.
I understand.
So, as a fragments of their films, feature films, but it was treated like a documentary. So it's also very important. You're right that this film was a little bit forgotten. But for many reasons, of course. But after 1993 and the Schindler's List made by Steven Spielberg here in Poland, this film was, well, let's say, recognized again, and it's a bigger story. I mean, the Holocaust in Poland and the images of Holocaust, especially done after the transition in Poland. But especially this film was found as important again, and was found like the first and very important testimony of this fresh, disclosed memory of what was really going on in Auschwitz. Of course, we had also very drastic testimonies, but in literature, not in film at that time, I mean late 40s. For example, Tadeusz Borowski and his novels. This was something which was like a earthquake, because his novels were trying to show that Auschwitz was not like a human world, was like a world of behind, with not civilization, like not for people. And Jakubowska is not. Jakubowska's story is not about this direction of thinking about Auschwitz, but it was also very strong and as naturalistic as possible at that time, thinking about the movie.
Absolutely, and that's why this movie is important, why it's important to be remembered. So just to you, the audience of Poland Daily, a first movie done about Holocaust was made by Wanda Jakubowska in Poland, published in 1948, and is called The Last Stage. And thank you very much for watching Poland Daily Culture.